The silent revolution, how Toyota's boldest move, yet could change everything we know about electric vehicles. For years, the electric vehicle world has inched forward, promising change, but delivering it slowly. Improvements came in small steps, slightly faster charging here, a bit more range there. While brands competed to refine existing technology, no one dared to take a true leap into the unknown. Until now, in an unexpected move that feels more like a plot twist than a press release, Toyota has broken its silence and broken the mold. At a time when many believed the EV industry had reached a technological plateau, Toyota emerged from the shadows with something far more ambitious. A new solid-state battery that doesn't just improve on the old standard, it threatens to leave it behind entirely. Imagine a world where electric cars don't need hours tethered to a charger, where cross-country travel on a single charge is not just possible, but effortless, where a short coffee break is all it takes to top up your battery to full. This isn't an artist's rendering or a lab prototype destined to collect dust. Toyota claims this is real, it works, and it's on the road to mass production. This battery, engineered using solid-state materials instead of traditional liquid electrolytes, offers a dramatic departure from the limitations that have defined EVs until now. Charging times are slashed, range is extended to a staggering 620 miles, and durability, early reports suggest a longevity that could leave current batteries in the dust. If Toyota's timelines hold true, this technology could be rolling out at scale by 2028, transforming not only how we drive, but how we think about transportation, energy, and even urban design. The automotive world is reeling, not because Toyota is new to innovation. They've long been pioneers, from the Prius to hydrogen fuel cells, but because no one expected a move this bold, this soon, and with stakes this high. As news of the breakthrough spreads, conversations are shifting across boardrooms and production lines. Legacy EV manufacturers are suddenly being forced to rethink their strategies. What was once considered the future is, in a flash, beginning to feel outdated. And while others race to understand what Toyota has truly built, the company itself remains focused, not on the noise, but on the mission. Quietly confident, it is betting on a future where solid-state batteries don't just power vehicles, but power a new global era of mobility, cleaner, faster, smarter. What happens next is anyone's guess. But one thing is certain. The electric vehicle game has changed, and it was Toyota who flipped the board. Before we start the video, if you have not subscribed to our channel, then do it quickly so that you can get notification of new videos on time. So let's start the video quickly. In today's race toward an electric future, most of the spotlight shines on two familiar giants, Tesla and BYD. These are the names that dominate headlines, drive conversations, and shape the global perception of what electric vehicles, EVs, can be. Tesla, the audacious American pioneer, turned EVs into status symbols and lifestyle choices thanks to the relentless drive and charisma of Elon Musk. On the other side of the world, BYD emerged from China with astonishing speed, not by chasing luxury or prestige, but by offering affordability and scale. Its compact models like the Seagull and Dolphin quietly took over city streets and international markets, outselling competitors in sheer volume. By the end of 2023, Tesla had sold around 1.8 million EVs globally. BYD surpassed 1.5 million units, pushing deeper into mainstream consumer adoption. This duopoly has, for some time, defined the narrative of the EV revolution. But while these two giants have been locked in a very public duel, a third player has been moving quietly in the background, watching, learning, and preparing. That player is Toyota, a name synonymous with reliability, efficiency, and engineering discipline. Known around the world for perfecting the hybrid vehicle with its iconic Prius, Toyota has long taken a cautious approach to fully electric vehicles. Many critics have interpreted that caution as hesitation or even reluctance, suggesting that Toyota may have missed the EV boat. But what if the company wasn't late, just deliberately biding its time? Because now, the silence is breaking. Toyota is not just stepping into the EV game, it's preparing to redraw the rules entirely. In the final months of 2023, Toyota recorded global sales of approximately 344,000 electric vehicles. This number includes both battery electric vehicles, BEVs, and plug-in hybrids. By comparison, it may seem modest next to Tesla and BYD's towering figures. But unlike those brands, Toyota's strategy is no longer centered around catching up in volume. Instead, they are aiming for something far more ambitious, transforming the very heart of the electric vehicle, the battery itself. At the core of Toyota's next move lies a revolutionary technology that could change the EV landscape as profoundly as the lithium-ion battery once did. That technology is the solid-state battery. Unlike conventional batteries that use liquid electrolytes, solid-state batteries use solid materials to transfer energy, offering a whole new set of advantages. They promise to charge in minutes rather than hours. They deliver significantly more driving range on a single charge. They're lighter, safer, more stable, and less prone to overheating or catching fire. In short, they could solve nearly every major limitation that current EV batteries face, and Toyota claims it is closer to commercializing this breakthrough than anyone else in the industry. This is where Toyota's long-term thinking begins to shine. While Tesla and BYD have been refining current battery technologies and scaling up production at breakneck speed, Toyota has invested heavily in fundamental research. Its decades of experience with hybrid systems have given it a unique edge in battery management, thermal efficiency, and regenerative power. These aren't glamorous areas, but they're foundational. And now, Toyota is putting all of that hard-earned expertise into creating a new generation of EVs that don't just compete with existing models, but leap far beyond them in performance and practicality. Something extraordinary is happening in the world of energy, something that could redefine not only how we drive, but how we live. For years, the batteries inside our phones, laptops, and electric cars have all worked the same way, built on lithium-ion technology, using a flammable liquid to shuttle energy back and forth. These batteries have powered a technological revolution, but they've also reached their limits. They charge slowly, they degrade over time, and when pushed too far, they can overheat or even catch fire. We've accepted these risks and restrictions as the cost of progress. Until now, enter a radical new force. A technology once confined to research labs is now preparing to erupt onto the global stage, and it carries the power to change everything. It's called the all-solid-state battery, and Toyota is leading the charge. At its core, this battery doesn't use any liquid at all. Instead, it replaces the traditional electrolyte, the volatile substance inside current batteries, with a solid material that does the same job more safely, more efficiently, and far more powerfully. With this change, the very DNA of battery technology transforms. The advantages are staggering. A solid-state battery can hold much more energy in the same space, meaning cars can travel much farther on a single charge, distances that were previously unthinkable for electric vehicles. Imagine driving from one city to another and back again without needing to plug in once. Imagine doing it with the air conditioner running, music on full blast, and no need to think twice. These batteries promise ranges of over 600 miles, nearly double what many modern EVs can manage. And as if that weren't enough, they also promise something we've only dreamed of: ultra-fast charging. This is where imagination collides with reality. We're talking about a full charge in the time it takes to enjoy a cup of coffee. No more waiting around at charging stations. No more planning your day around battery percentages. Just 10 minutes of pause, and you're back on the road with a full tank of electricity. That kind of convenience doesn't just change how we travel. It changes how we think about time, movement, and freedom. And Toyota isn't stopping at cars. The ripple effect of this breakthrough could stretch across every device we touch. Phones that don't need daily charging. Drones that can fly for entire afternoons. Home battery systems that store solar energy for days, turning sunlight into a stable, always-on power supply. With solid-state technology, the boundaries of what we consider possible begin to blur. We stop talking about energy as a limitation and start seeing it as liberation. Of course, no transformation this big comes easily. For years, scientists have chased the dream of solid-state batteries, only to be stopped by the complexity of materials and the cost of manufacturing. It was the kind of challenge that made most companies retreat, putting the concept on the distant horizon. But Toyota didn't walk away. They worked, they invested, and they broke through. What once looked like futuristic fiction is now part of their roadmap. They've announced plans to bring these batteries into real-world vehicles by 2028, and that announcement has shaken the entire automotive world. When you hear the name Toyota, you might think of cars that simply never quit, machines that run through generations unbothered by time. But behind that humble reliability is a legacy few truly grasp. Toyota has never been about keeping up. It's always been about redefining what's next, even when the world wasn't ready to listen. The solid-state battery that now has the industry holding its breath didn't appear out of nowhere. It's the result of a journey, a quiet, methodical quest that began long before electric vehicles became a global obsession. Back in the 1990s, when the auto world was drunk on fossil fuels, Toyota introduced a strange little machine called the Prius. Half gasoline, half electric, it was a hybrid before hybrid meant anything. People mocked it, critics dismissed it, and then it shattered expectations, becoming the face of eco-conscious driving across continents. Years later, while others were still unsure if the electric dream would ever become real, Toyota did the unthinkable. They launched a hydrogen-powered car, the Mirai, that emitted nothing but vapor, just water. It didn't dominate the roads, but it made a statement. Toyota wasn't afraid to risk everything on the future. They weren't interested in easy wins. They were obsessed with what's right. And now, as the electric revolution heats up, Toyota is once again choosing a different path. Where other companies chase speed and headlines, Toyota is chasing permanence. They aren't building hype. They're building something that might change the very soul of energy itself, the all-solid-state battery. This isn't just a better battery, it's a revolution sealed in solid form. Unlike today's lithium-ion cells, which rely on flammable liquids and unpredictable chemistry, solid-state batteries are cool, compact, and nearly indestructible. No more fire risks, no more overheating, no more long, frustrating hours at a charging station. Just pure, instant energy, ready in minutes. Faster, smaller, safer, and far more powerful. Imagine a world where your car charges in the time it takes to tie your shoes, where a single charge carries you farther than ever before. Twice the range, none of the fear. That's not science fiction. That's what Toyota is building. And while others rush prototypes into the spotlight, Toyota is calmly perfecting a battery that could power not just cars, but entire clean cities, entire silent skies, entire new eras. That's their mark. And when they arrive, it won't be with noise. It will be with precision, with something finished, final, ready to redefine the standards we've settled for. So, get ready, because Toyota isn't just running, it's about to change the direction of the race. So the question arises, why are Toyota's all-solid-state batteries so special? I mean, why is everyone talking about them? Is this just a new technology, or can it really change the whole game of the EV world? Let's talk about this in a straightforward manner. Picture this: a road stretching endlessly ahead, the hum of an electric motor beneath you, and not a single worry in your mind about when or where you'll need to stop. That's the promise Toyota is working toward. A single charge, and your journey doesn't just reach the next city, it circles back without pause. Over 620 miles of pure electric range. That's not just technical progress, that's freedom. The kind of freedom that unchains you from every charger, every delay, every what-if that comes with driving electric today. And what about time? Not your time spent on the road, but the time spent waiting. Because right now, recharging an electric vehicle is a commitment. Even with a fast charger, you're still standing still, waiting. Toyota wants to erase that downtime. Their new solid-state battery doesn't just recharge quickly, it resets expectations. 10 minutes, that's all. Less time than it takes to queue for fuel, less time than it takes to scroll through social media. You plug in, sip your tea, and just like that, full charge, full power. Now consider safety, not in the abstract, but in the most personal way. The battery beneath your seat holds immense energy, and in current EVs, it holds it in liquid form, which comes with risk. Heat, leaks, even fire. Toyota's vision replaces that volatile liquid with something calm and solid. No risk of combustion, no heat flare, just clean, quiet confidence. This is not just a safer battery, it's peace of mind engineered into every mile. But here's what most people forget. Batteries age, they fade, they lose strength. You've seen it in your phone, how it once held power for hours, then barely makes it through the day. EV batteries suffer the same slow decline. Toyota's new technology resists that fate. Their solid-state design holds on to power longer and holds up over years, which means fewer replacements, fewer throwaways, and a serious environmental win. It's strength with staying power. And the magic isn't only for cars. This breakthrough opens the door to a smarter energy ecosystem. Imagine a phone that doesn't need charging every night. Drones that patrol forests, farmlands, or disaster zones for hours without pause. Solar energy stored cleanly and safely for use long after the sun goes down. With batteries like this, everything changes, from the way we move, to the way we live, to the way we power our world. But building a better battery isn't the hard part. Building millions of them, that's the real challenge. What works in a lab must be recreated in factories, across continents, at a price the world can afford. The materials are complex. The process is delicate. Scaling it won't be easy. Toyota knows this, and still, they march forward, cautious, patient, unwavering. 2028. That's the year they've circled. The year they plan to put this technology into the hands of drivers. And when they do, it won't just be a product launch. It will be a landmark moment in automotive history, a reset, a revolution. Because what Toyota is building isn't just a better battery, it's a better future. one where charging is effortless, one where range is limitless, one where safety is built in and sustainability is the standard. And if they succeed, the EV world will no longer revolve around who was first, but around who went further. Laboratory triumphs sparkle with promise, but the true battlefield lies beyond sterile walls, in the chaos of everyday life. The roads are ruthless, scorching heat, biting frost, and potholes that jolt even the toughest machines. Here, innovation faces its toughest test. Can Toyota's new battery not just survive, but thrive over a decade of relentless use? Will it endure the trials of time and terrain without faltering? Durability is the silent champion behind every great invention. It's what turns fleeting wonder into trusted legacy. Yet, even genius must bow to reality, and reality has a price. These cutting-edge batteries carry a premium cost that could confine them to elite vehicles beyond the grasp of everyday drivers. Affordability is the gatekeeper of revolution. Without it, brilliance remains a secret. Toyota once faced this very challenge with the Prius and emerged victorious. But this time, the stakes are higher, the challenge steeper, and the race more ferocious. The competition is fierce and fast. Tesla blazes trails, CATL pushes boundaries, Samsung eyes the summit. Rumors swirl that solid-state batteries might hit the market as soon as 2026. If that happens, Toyota's deliberate, methodical pace could be mistaken for hesitation. In a world spinning at breakneck speed, arriving late risks being left behind. But Toyota plays a different game, one of strategy, patience, and perfect timing. They're not chasing the finish line, they're redefining it. History whispers powerful lessons. When the Prius debuted, skeptics scoffed. Hybrids were dismissed as novelties destined to fade. But the Prius didn't just survive, it revolutionized the industry and the world's consciousness. That spirit of quiet disruption fuels Toyota's bold leap today. They're not scrambling to catch trends, they're engineering the future. And the future they're building stretches far beyond vehicles. These batteries won't just power cars, they'll electrify everything. From smartphones that forget the charger for days, to drones that fly endlessly, to homes powered by stored sunshine when the night falls. This technology has the potential to transform how humanity consumes energy, touching every aspect of life. Imagine your phone lasting not hours, but days, streaming, texting, working, without a single recharge. Picture drones soaring longer, aiding farmers, rescuers, and explorers. Envision hospitals with reliable power sources in the most remote corners of the Earth. See cities glowing sustainably, fueled by batteries that quietly store and release energy with unmatched efficiency. Yet the path to this revolution is steep and uncertain. Scaling this fragile, intricate technology from the lab to millions of devices worldwide demands ingenuity, investment, and grit. Toyota must forge new manufacturing frontiers, innovate processes, and master materials that have never been tamed at scale. But Toyota's story is one of resilience and precision engineering, a saga of visionaries who transform bold ideas into enduring realities. They don't rush to market, they craft legacies. They don't follow the crowd, they lead the way. So the question isn't when this battery will arrive, it's whether the world is ready to embrace the transformation it promises. Let's lift off with drones. Right now, they're like sprinters stuck with shallow breaths, quick to rise, but just as quick to fall. The reason? Their batteries can't keep up. But once solid-state batteries enter the scene, everything changes. Suddenly, drones can fly farther, stay airborne longer, and cover distances that were once out of reach. Think about what that means. Delivery drones crossing cities without a single pit stop. Security drones circling the skies all night. And during disasters, rescue drones could scan vast areas without needing to land, potentially saving lives that every minute counts for. Now zoom out to something bigger. The sun. Solar energy is powerful, but it comes with one big limitation. It disappears every night. Traditional batteries can't hold enough to bridge that gap. But solid-state batteries, they act like energy vaults, store sunlight during the day, and keep homes glowing through the night. No noise, no breakdowns, no blackouts. This could finally unlock the full potential of solar and wind power, making clean energy not just a dream, but a dependable daily reality. And then there's the heartbeat of healthcare. In the medical world, battery life isn't a matter of convenience, it's a matter of life and death. Pacemakers, for example, help people's hearts stay in rhythm, but they require surgeries to replace their power source every few years. Now imagine a battery that lasts 10, even 20 years. Fewer surgeries, less risk, more peace of mind, and everyday devices like fitness bands, glucose monitors, or blood pressure trackers could go days or even weeks without a charge. That's not just helpful, that's transformative. But the sky isn't the limit, literally. Electric air taxis, once the stuff of science fiction, are inching closer to reality. They could fly above traffic, getting people across cities in minutes. But the problem? Batteries are too heavy, too limited. Solid-state batteries are the missing piece. They're lighter, faster, and safer. Exactly what's needed to get this vision off the ground. And beyond our own skies, in the silence of space, these batteries could power satellites and probes for years without failure, fueling deeper exploration with less weight and more reliability. The magic of solid-state batteries is that they don't belong to just one future. They belong to every future. From the car in your driveway to the phone in your pocket. From your smartwatch to your home. From rescue missions on Earth to satellites orbiting Mars. They're not just a new type of battery. They're a new way to store and release power that could reshape the way the modern world runs. So, if anyone still thinks Toyota's new battery is just another car thing, it's time to widen the lens. This is about powering entire lifestyles, entire industries, even entire cities. Toyota, the company known for vehicles that never give up, is now preparing to launch a revolution that might outlast the vehicles themselves. And this time, they're not just moving us forward, they're redefining how far we can go. For years, the world of electric vehicles has revolved around one shining star, Tesla. With its sleek cars and futuristic flair, it became the symbol of clean energy and cutting-edge technology. But while the spotlight stayed firmly on Elon Musk and his electric empire, something was brewing behind the scenes, quietly, patiently, and with absolute precision. And that something is now beginning to surface, wearing the badge of Toyota. While others raced to the market with speed, Toyota chose a different path, one of deep thinking and long-term vision. They weren't interested in being first. They were focused on being better. And now, with their revolutionary all-solid-state battery nearing the finish line, they're about to flip the EV world on its head. This isn't just an upgrade, it's a revolution. Toyota's upcoming battery promises a driving range that borders on the unbelievable, over 620 miles on a single charge. It's not just a step forward, it's a whole new road. That endless anxiety of hunting for charging stations on long drives? Gone. With this kind of range, road trips become effortless, and daily commutes feel limitless, but range is only the beginning of this story. Let's talk about time, the one thing no one ever seems to have enough of. Right now, EV drivers still wait around for their cars to juice up. Even with the fastest chargers, it's a commitment. Toyota plans to shatter that wait. Their battery can recharge completely in just 10 minutes. Not quick by EV standards, quick by any standards. By the time you've grabbed your coffee and scrolled through a few notifications, your car is ready to fly. Safety, too, has always been the elephant in the room with EV batteries. Heat, fire, instability. Toyota tackles this with solid electrolytes instead of liquid ones, removing the risk of overheating or combustion altogether. What you get is a battery that doesn't just perform, it protects. Tesla may have led the first chapter of the EV story, but Toyota is writing the next one. And this time, the plot is deeper, the vision broader, and the impact far-reaching. With decades of experience, unmatched global production strength, and a reputation for durability, Toyota isn't just entering the race, they're redesigning the track. And this breakthrough isn't just for cars. The same technology could transform how we power everything, from our homes and phones to drones and satellites. What began as a quiet project behind closed doors is now a bold move that could redefine how the world moves, lives, and connects. So while others chase headlines, Toyota is building the future, brick by brick, battery by battery. And when their moment comes, it won't just challenge Tesla. It may very well redefine the meaning of electric power itself.